All right, what's going on, y'all, man? Welcome to the post-game reaction show, man, live with me and Bacon. Hope y'all had a great Friday night. Like I said, usually, man, we be on the sidelines for the Friday night games and we do a TikTok live doing that. But today's different. In a Friday night game with Georgia Tech versus Colorado. Excuse me. Again, go to SI All Yellow Jackets, man. My guy Jackson, Arvon Bacon, and myself. All our post-game coverage is going to be there. He's going to have the interviews, everything from Coach Key. I'm gonna have my 5 key takeaways, the good, bad, and the ugly coming out tomorrow, and everything from the players as well, man. So y'all make sure y'all tap in and y'all check this out, man. Our first college football live reaction post game show. So we super excited, man. It was a heck of a game. We're gonna break everything down and give our full synopsis and our thoughts on the game. Georgia Tech wins 27-20, a big time victory on the road in Boulder, Colorado. I'm going to go ahead and share the screen. Bacon, you let me know when you were good to go and ready to roll, brother, and I'll bring you right on. But we're going to react to this real quick. And I'm going to be real with y'all. I think a star was born tonight. I'm not going to lie. All right, give me thumbs up. I'll just bring him on. All right, man. Arvon Bacon, Bacon Network. He is in here. Yes, sir. Big victory, obviously, for Colorado. For Georgia Tech. Y'all forgive me. I said the wrong name. Big win for Georgia Tech. Bacon, I'm going to go ahead and throw it to you, man. What is your reaction? Because you took, I know Tech fans going to watch this. You took Colorado to win this game. You know what I'm saying? So what's your reaction, brother?
Yeah, man. I took Colorado to win the game, man. I'm a big fan of Coach Prime, man. Was with Coach Prime, you know what I'm saying, since the Jackson State days. So I would have contradicted myself to jump ship otherwise, man. But nonetheless, as I said on my Twitter, game ball to me goes to Coach Faulkner, goes to the offensive line, man. Coach Faulkner called a hell of a game. Keeping things short and intermediate, the screen passes right. Kept Colorado's defensive line off balance. I don't think they were prepared for that, ready for that. I thought they probably thought Georgia Tech was going to hit him downfield. Eric Rivers is dynamic. Isaiah Kane is dynamic. Didn't see Malik Rutherford on the outside this year. So
Got hurt.
Yeah, I heard early on. But it just Colorado just they got how physical and they wore down. They played a good game, but you can see it wearing down as a gameplay, which is why you saw Haynes King, I think, 20-yard touchdown run to take the lead. But like I said, man, ball goes to Coach Faulkner in the offensive line. Even with Keelan Rutledge going down the end towards the end there, you still didn't see a drop off of physicality. So hats off to the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets tonight, man. Great win.
100%. Hey, George, I agree with you, brother. Sign of a good team is winning the tough games. Yes, that was ugly. That was ugly. Yes, it was. Like the first, I was like, "What the hell is going on?" First quarter, I was like, "Why is he ball so much?" Like that was ugly. Like you had the bad snap from Harrison Moore. You know, you obviously had the match point exchange with him and Jamal Haynes. Then you had the turnover. He tried to get the rid of the ball, so it was ugly. But one of my biggest takeaways from this game, this team fortitude is different. Most teams, y'all, I don't care what nobody say, they're gonna cave in that moment. That defense could have let Colorado go ragged against them. You know what I'm saying? And they did not. Right? The defense kept them in the game. They should have easily been up, y'all, like 21-0.
In that first quarter.
It did not happen. In that first quarter, this defense allowed 7 points on 3 turnovers. Y'all got to give credit, man. It looks a lot better and different to me. It's early. It's week 1. I know what y'all going to say. I'm not going to overreact too much. But the fact that they held that offense in check, for the most part, there were a couple big plays here and there. But they did what they needed to do. They got to clean up the rush defense a little bit. You know what I'm saying? They allowed, obviously, I think it was final stat line, 146 yards on the ground.
Yep.
But at the same time, only 159 yards through the air. This defense was a ram wrap. They did what they were supposed to do in this game, and they kept them in it. So I want to give credit, obviously, to them for that. Because without that, I don't think they, you know what I'm saying, I don't think they win this game if the defense doesn't play to that tier or to that level, in my humble opinion. So first credit is the defense, right? The second, Bacon, you know how much yards this team rushed for?
Almost 400. Most of them from Haynes King.
Yo, this offensive line replaced 3 starters. 320 yards on the ground?
That's
my
tough.
Lord.
That's
what? Hey, bro. Hey, that is crazy. I mean, straight gash. And I know you're like, well, Nas, why did they throw the ball more? I'm going to tell you why, right? And obviously, yeah, The penalty terms are bad. Yep, definitely got to correct that. Pass defense, it could have been way worse than y'all think. I think they did pretty well there. Yeah, defense did pretty decent there. A few plays here and there, you'll take that, man. It ain't gonna be perfect every day. The concern, though, is the left side of that offensive line. That's why I don't think they threw the ball. They seen that they was gashing them. They was like, let's run the ball. We're getting greater of a push. We're more physical than them. And they said, hey, let's run this rock. And you seen it. Left side, obviously got Harrison Moore, Joe Fusal. You obviously got Tana. They got to be better. And I don't know if you noticed, Bacon, they were platoon swapping. Like when Harrison Moore had the error snap, they brought in Tana, right? There's moving Harrison Moore to left guard too. Like they had a lot of rotation, moving those guys around. So I don't think Coach G. Boyd, the offensive line coach, I don't think he has a 5 he feels super comfortable with. Like, we throw out a 5. It's like, okay, this is going to be our consistent 5. Right. I think they're still working through that. And that's a crazy thing to say when your offensive line helped you. It was a catalyst for you rushing for 320 yards. And you still figuring it out?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, Harrison Moore is a sophomore, man. He played with left guard last year as well. They thrust him into the center role. First game, it's a Rockets environment out there in Colorado. And then there was some miscommunication in the second half. You know what I mean? With just center moving and the guard and the rest of the line that moving. So it's that left side of that line is very young. Again, to your point, almost 400 yards on the ground. Just out physical them, you know what I mean? And again, hats off to the coaching staff, man. That was a great adjustment, especially early on like that. You know what I'm saying? But that's just the type of coaching staff that Georgia Tech is. You know what I mean? Coach Key, the team taking on his identity of mental toughness, physical toughness at that. So, again, a very complete game. I'm sure everybody would have liked to see the air raid offense. I know you talked about in your tweets. Luke Harpin, who I feel like is a mismatch against any linebacker, some safety. He's just gonna be quicker than most college and NFL linebackers if he makes it to that level. But hopefully we see more of that. You know what I'm saying, as the season progresses. Jamal Haynes, EJ lights out. You know what I mean, might be the best 1-2 punch in the ACC. That was very dynamic. And then to the young guy, the sophomore Isaiah Canyon. You know what I mean? Show some grit, man. He doesn't go down easy. Short-handed, had one offsides or false start call, but you know what I mean? Clean game from him. You see why the coaching staff was very, very high on him. Got to bring up Amari Harvey on defense. We've seen a lot of passes come his way. He was there every time. I mean, of course, a couple of the balls that Kaden Saunders threw was a little off. They'd have been a little low, like especially on that touchdown when he was in the fourth quarter, and they were at the goal line. He scrambled around. He missed his running back on the outside to the right. Should have been a little more on the numbers. He tried to lead him to the end zone, but I mean, you know what I'm saying, Amari Harvey going to do his thing. Omar Daniels, you know what I'm saying, came up big, couple TFLs. Defense was just everywhere. Jordan Vandenberg, big sack, forcing, I believe, was 1 for 3 in the red zone. So just a very complete team win tonight. You know what I'm saying? I know Tech fans are very pleased. I was very pleased to see what I saw on the field. But and one possession time, that was big. Again, this could be on the ground, bro. So big game.
Facts, man. All right, we got the comments going crazy, man. Appreciate y'all. Hey, whatever platform y'all on, make sure y'all follow, like, and subscribe on YouTube. Follow us. Y'all going crazy in these comments. And we're going, like I said, we want y'all in here, so we're going to respond to as many comments as we can and talk about the game, full 35, 40-minute breakdown. So let's respond to this one, Bacon. I want to get your thoughts on this. Prime tripping, not playing Juju.
Nah, man. Caden played a hell of a game, man. You know what I'm saying? He was doing some Cam Ward stuff back there. Just like I said, if he could get those balls down a little bit, if he completes those questionable balls, this game easily goes the other way. Especially with Tech not being able to you know what I'm saying, throw the ball. But nah, Caden's still QB 1-2 otherwise. Played a hell of a game.
I say so too. He got to hit the plays he got to hit. Right, that one play where he had Buddy wide open, the running back, I think it was Taylor. You got to hit on that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that was a miscommunication. He wanted to kind of beeline a little bit more up compared to him kind of going more angular with it. You got to be to hit on those plays. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, took care of the ball. got out the pocket, was still looking downfield. Like some people was like, yo, he should have rushed for the first down. He tried to hit on those big plays. So got to get the time together. But I thought he had a pretty good performance. It's not like that offense struggled. That second half, y'all, the offense started rolling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They started putting up drives against Tech, 15-play, 75-yard drive, cooking up 6-7 minutes of clock. They drive before. You know what I'm saying? They started to kind of cook a little bit. So I think you got to just give him time. Now, if he struggles and he's throwing a lot of turnovers and stuff like that, then you make the switch. But nah, man, I don't think he needed to play tonight. It's going to take time. You got to earn your keep, earn your spot. Now, 50%. I agree with you. No, go ahead, Big. I'm sorry.
Now, I was just going to say 50 years. You can't sit a 50th senior that early. You just can't do that.
You just can't do it. No. I agree with you, Zone 6 Stray. Haynes King is a dog. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about his performance tonight. But what he did to overcome, it's just the mental fortitude, bro, to overcome all that happened in that game. And he's the leader, the unquestioned leader of this team. He could have easily been like, man, I'm going to hold my head down. Nah, man, they leaned on him, and he took full charge. Like I said on my ex, and I stand by what I said. A star was born tonight. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you cover the program, if you're Chad Bishop, if you're Jackson Cardell, if you are Kelly Quillon, you already know this, right? If you cover Tech, you know this. But in terms of like the national spotlight, a star was born tonight. I don't care what nobody say. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened. To go think about this, y'all, in the eyes of the media. This man was 26 for 36 for nearly 300 yards against Georgia, as they like to say, Georgia. And he rushed for 2 touchdowns, I believe, or might have been 3, over 100 yards on the road. In the game, they punched him in the mouth.
On a bump shoulder.
On a bruised shoulder. No, not even a rough shoulder. On a torn labrum. Because y'all know I talked about that story. On a torn labrum, he did that. Come on, man. What are we talking about? And then you go a couple of that, what he did tonight? He's a star. So let's put some respect, as I said, on his name. His King is a star.
100%. I say a reborn. Like you said, that Georgia performance, legendary. I think that's up there with a lot of quarterback performances. But in addition to that, when we see the announcers talking, oh man, Haynes King's limping. I know us, the rest of the Georgia Tech reporters, you know what I'm saying, and the fans like, oh, this is what he does. He'll be fine. So so you got to throw all that in the equation too, bro.
No, 100%. I agree with you. You got to throw that in the equation. It says, I've never seen a team minus 3 turnovers looking away. Yeah, hey, it's true. It's true. And that's the point we just talked about, brother. Like, the fact that they were able to win this game with minus 3 on the turnovers, that defense deserves a game ball tonight too. Now, you can say, hey, they gave up 305 yards. And without that defense early on, this could have been 21. It could have been ugly. It didn't get to that point. Credit the defense, man. All right, Joe the Pilot, sloppy game, but found a way to win against a power 4 team on the road. Very impressive how the team stayed there. Hey, mental fortitude, man. Right back to definitely what we said. All right, Alex Shrek. Obviously, we've had him on the show, before. It says thoughts on Colorado's outlook for the rest of the season after tonight's loss. Bacon, I'll let you get that one.
I was on Twitter. Thoughts on Colorado's outlook for the rest of the season? Just keep, just get back to the drawing board. You know what I mean? When you evaluate Colorado defensively, I think they did a superb job. They were in the backfield. You can't say too much about the DBs other than DJ McKinney's first quarter interception. I think this game falls on, which I hate to say it, man. I think it falls on Caden Salters, man. Just not being able to make those throws, even though he had a hell of a performance tonight. You would just throw a couple lower balls, couple errant throws away from saying being 1-0. So I'm putting it on him.
I put it partially on. I'll put like 40% on Salter. I'm gonna put 60% on the offensive coordinator and the team. There's no way in hell you shouldn't have been able to capitalize on them 3 turnovers early. You should be up in that game. Now, look, the crazy part, the reason I put on offensive coordinator, Michael Welch had 4 carries in the first half. What in the hell are we doing? He had over 11 yards a carry. Like, look, we can check the box score, y'all. Like, I ain't just saying stuff to say.
That's a great point by you.
You know what I'm saying? Now, he got a couple more carries in the second half, up to 11. And I do want to credit Colorado because this offense looked a lot different, y'all, compared to what we've seen. This was a shotgun passing attack when they had Travis Hunter and Shadur Sanders, and rightfully so. They did run it more, but you got to run the ball way more earlier than what you did. You cannot be 4 carry run. You got the weapons in the backfield, man. You got DeKalen Taylor. You got Michael. Get them boys the rock.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Nearly 6 yards of carry, dog. Give him the ball. That's going to open up your pass. When you seen Georgia Tech started gashing, and you remember, Baker, you remember that little play that threw to Luke Harper as he kind of beeline to the left of the field? He was butt naked open.
Yeah.
Why did they have that? They had that motion that put one of the running back receivers out to the right, and how well they was running the ball, them linebackers came down, which left the middle of the field open. When you can run the ball, it opens up the pass game. Then you have open one-on-one. You got the weapons, you got the receivers, you got a Marion Miller, you got the Kalen Taylor, right? You obviously got Draylon Miller. They can play.
Yeah.
But you got to make it easier on them and don't be throwing it as much, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's a great point. That's a great point, brother. I agree.
Yeah, I agree. Defense did play well, all things considered. I mean, it could have been way worse, right? Got some things in the second half they got to clean up. But one thing I was impressed with, that perimeter tackling was really good tonight. Like, this going to get overlooked. But Jai Gilmore, he is him.
Yeah.
He is him. Like, did y'all see what he was doing? And I said it in my tweet. I'm going to bring my tweet up. Bacon, I wanted to get your thoughts on this too.
Yeah.
I don't think, like, when they scored and they tied it up, I think at 20, I don't think that was the first down, bro.
Nah, that was the first down, brother.
It didn't look like it.
I will say, from the replay without the yellow line, it did look like he fell in the same position. But watching it sky cam, it looked like he rolled over and landed above the first down marker. This from my eyes.
Okay, respect, brother. But did you see how he went in and hit him and then tried to draw the ball loose?
Yeah.
Like, having that as your slot, and he played a little bit of star tonight too. He's playing some say, like, to have that, that's going to work dividends for them, yo. You know what I'm saying? Moving forward. And like I said, the perimeter, like Omar Daniels, Clayton Powell-Lee, I know he missed a couple, but he was really good tonight as well. Like, that open field tackling on the edge, one-on-one, that is crucial. I thought Georgia Tech, for the most part, handled their business there.
100%. But Jai Gilmore is as advertised. You know what I mean? Came from Penn State. You know what I mean? He come from Penn State. You got a lot of who is this? I'm saying, why is he leaving? Was he a reject?
Nah, he's Georgia State.
Obviously not. Obviously not. Did his thing, man.
Georgia State twin.
Say it again.
Jai from Georgia State.
Jai's from Georgia State.
Jai's from Georgia State. You thinking of gosh, what is his name? It's the cornerback.
Yeah. I got mixed up. That's on me. Yeah. Jai Gilmore. I remember seeing him when I did my piece on the transfer guys. Solid guy. I believe he's one of the best defenders in that unit.
Yeah. He exactly.
So I mean, you know what I mean, did his thing tonight, brother. No, not a surprise. To play I didn't expect him to play the star position. No, I didn't expect him to see him playing safety. I kind of expected him maybe play some boundary corner. But for them to trust him, you know what I'm saying, to obviously play it back in the backfield a little deeper, playing with more depth. He's got great instincts, great eyes. Obviously he's got a mind for the football, nose for the football, which really the whole defense does, man. Which is, you know what I'm saying, you got to have that grit, that identity to play. You know what I'm saying? And BG. And just what's your thoughts on this? How Blake Gideon called his defense? Saw a lot of blitzes tonight, which, you know what I'm saying, I expected. They got home. Didn't really see JD get a lot of double teams this game. I saw a lot of one-on-ones. But what are your thoughts of this defensive line, Braden Manley, and the whole front seven?
That brings up this comment. I'm glad you brought that up. I'm kind of pleased at how we got the QB. I thought he sprinkled in a good mixture, y'all, in my opinion. Like, a great mixture of blitzes, bringing a corner. Like, how often did we see under Tyler Santucci, Amari Harvey blitzing off the corner? We didn't see that a lot, right, last year, now that I think about it. He did a really good job of mixing it up, getting them uncomfortable. Now, hopefully, that results in more sacks and things like that. But I thought they did really good creating pressure, making him step up in the pocket, making him get out. But then you just got to have it contained. But a lot of times you saw, too, when Salter was beelining out, Eford did a really good job of containing him and not letting him get out and get big gains. Because that's what he wants to do. This guy rushed for over 1,000 yards, not this year on this past year with Liberty, but the year before. So that's what he wanted to do. So I thought he did a really good job of not allowing just open rush lanes for him and making it tough. But the D-line has potential. I want to see a little bit more out of Braden Manley.
Yeah.
But that true freshman, Andre Fuller, who I've been telling y'all about, true freshman, played a lot of minutes tonight. That's going to be one to watch because he can generally create pressure. They was playing him, and then they was playing Manley on opposite ends. That might be a lethal combination. Didn't see a lot from Amandre Bradford. Akilo Stone was really good tonight. I thought in the
She
interior,
was.
making some really good stops. I thought in the run game and things like that. We obviously know what Jordan Vanderbilt is going to do. He did it again tonight, creating a sack. Just got to see a little bit more of it. You know what I'm saying? A little bit more opportunistic, in my opinion. But I thought front seven, I give him a B. B plus. You know what I'm saying? It can be better, but they got some pieces in there where they can start making some big play, and they don't have to rely on just blitzes all the time.
Nah, I agree. I think you said it well, man. Defense got home tonight. Contain. I think it was one of the biggest points you said. Caden's gonna keep that play alive. We saw that at Liberty, but uh, just containing them. I mean, every quarterback that play in the ACCR throughout this season, like Cade Cleveland, is probably not gonna, you know what I'm saying, be that wiggly on the outside like he did to Melvin Gordon. Melvin Jordan. That was nasty. I had to bring that up, but
Mm-hmm.
did a great job. Where
Rex shotgun, a fresh DC for the win, 100%, brother.
enlighten me? What does that mean, brother?
I think it's a term he's using. Like some people use like that Rex shotgun for something specific, but he's just saying like they did a really good job. Like they wrecked the shotgun of what they had, and just like the DC, the new DC Gideon did a good job.
All right, that's a bet.
I agree, GD boy. In the past, yeah, y'all probably would lose that game, 100%. Good question here. Oh, also Tech fans, y'all tapped in, man. Look, I'm gonna create a link below. I got TikTok, man. Look, I got fresh gear, man. Look, fresh Georgia Tech gear for y'all, man. Y'all tap in, man, into my TikTok shop. I'm gonna link everything below, man. Y'all check it out. Get y'all some Tech gear, man. I don't know if y'all can see that.
Kind of, they can see it.
Tech gear, man. Y'all check it out, bro. I got y'all. All on my TikTok shop store. What does a win like this do for recruiting on the national stage? I'm gonna be real with you, man. I don't know how much it moves the needle.
Mm-hmm.
Colorado's a good team. I think they're gonna be fine this year. But this is not the game where it's like, oh yeah, I'm messing with Tech. Like I'm gonna go there. That game's coming up in a couple weeks.
Yep.
It does help. Go on the road, winning this game does a lot for them in their moxie and their confidence. Does get the attention of recruits. You really want to be put on that pedestal, and you want recruits to start flipping? Be Clemson.
Yeah.
That's the game. That's the top. That's the creme de la creme. That's a team that I think can win a national championship this year. You want to really stand out in recruiting and like, oh, I'm gonna go to Tech now. Go ahead and go to that game. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and win that game at home. New ABC, all eyes on you. That's the game you want to win, and I think that one would do a lot more recruiting nationally compared to this one. It'll help. This one will help, but that Clemson game, go ahead and circle that one. My guy, appreciate you tuning in, man. What's going on, Tom? Always supporting the channel, brother. Much love to you, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, man. 100%. All right, let's see. He says Fuller was good. You called it, Naj. Hey, I'm telling you, man. Kid's special. Watch out for him. I watched the state championship game when he wrecked against Carrollton. He's gonna be special, man. Watch out for him. All right, let's have one more comment. We're gonna break down the game more, Bacon. All right, Haynes King can't be Superman every game. Fowler needs to give him a whole week off next week. Hey, I feel you on that. He can't. And that's a storyline I wanted to hit with you, Bacon. And I think Altama did a really good job of bringing this up. 19 carries a lot for King. And it's not like they don't have the running back room to do it. This team has so much depth on every level. But it's like when something's working, it's hard to go away from it. He just has that special touch, y'all, of being able to find those gaps. And then he has speed, too. Like, we seen it last year when he went out was Zach Pyron. Like, Pyron didn't nearly have the same speed that King did when he's running that RPO and running that action, that QB counter. And I know how you feel, man. It's tough because you don't want him to go out. Follow can handle it for sure. Follow is definitely next in line. But Haynes King puts his team at a whole nother level, right? And where they can compete and potentially make college football playoff. That's how good he is. So I feel you. I don't know how that looks like, though. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if Buster calls less QB count. I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying? I would like to see them, run Hosley because Hosley looked good tonight. We'll talk about him in a little bit here. He looked good tonight. But I agree with you. They do need to find a way because, like I said, for a full season, man, that ain't going to last. I agree with you. 20 carry, like, nah. You don't need to run your quarterback that much. You know what I'm saying? And we seen him laboring a little bit, but the dude's different. But at the same time, you want to preserve your elite players. So got to find a way. Maybe even get into between like 10 and 12. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that can help. He took a lot of hits too from the left side of the offensive line that didn't do a great job of protecting. But I agree.
Yeah, 100%, 10 to 12. Yeah, I mean, I don't really care. I mean, it's definitely got to be less than 19. I'm not sure what the happy number is for running Haynes King, but I just think I would rather see, you know what I'm saying, that 156 spread it out evenly, or you can even lean more yards towards Jamal Haynes. Malachi probably should have had maybe 10, 10 touches, and it could have been their lack of, I don't want to say the lack of confidence, but they're not trusting that left side of the offensive line as much. For we just give it to Haynes. He's going to see that first hole and he's going to hit it. With that, the running back, you got to kind of get in that happy spot and then read it. So I think that's what led to it. But you definitely can't have him run that thing 19 times and throwing it 20 times. You know what I mean? He's different, and they ran the piss out of him last year. But you know what I mean? We want to, you know what I'm saying, we don't want to have the same thing we had last year with the torn labor and him kind of battling labor. Now you can bring in Aaron Philo, but you know what I mean, you don't want to have to, you know what I'm saying, you don't want to have to run him through the ring. I mean, that's just not good for his career after college, you know what I'm saying, or anything else.
100%, man. Appreciate you tuning in, Arcs. Shout out to you, brother. Yes, sir, man. Appreciate you tuning in, my brother. All right, man. Let's break this game down even more for the fans, everybody that's tuned in, man. Over 100 viewers, man. Like I said, special live. We really appreciate y'all. One point I want to talk about with Colorado real quick. They struggled on third down, Bacon. 5 for 13. Another, just to be able to show that how good the defense played in this one for Georgia Tech. Really struggled in that regard. So defense, I thought, played really well. And Georgia Tech, in comparison, was really efficient on third down, 6 for 11. Converting at, I think, 55% clip. So over half of their third downs, they was able to pretty much convert. But that's a key statistic I want to point out.
My bad. We got some comments on IG Live. I told them I'd get to them in just a second. I mean, yeah, man. Struggled on third downs tonight. I think that was part of just the rush. Them, you know what I'm saying, holding the rush off. I mean, but not really remember every third down. I mean, they did enough, you know what I'm saying, when it counted. I just think these are the things you got to work on moving forward, figuring out the configuration of the offensive line, so you could run the ball. I mean, they were physical at the point of attack, but I think just the offensive line, figuring that out, maybe getting some receivers more involved on third and short, third and manageable, little slants, you know what I mean, things like that. But, I mean, it is what it is, in my opinion.
Gotcha, brother. Well, they did that. Obviously, another statistic, I mean, for Tech, got to clean it up, is the penalties. 8 for 65, got to be more disciplined there. I have no excuse me, I don't have any concern because I know Coach Key and the type of coach he is. So I know he's going to get that cleaned up. But the pre-snaps, like, that could have really hurt them. Like, Haynes King missing Brett Seether there on that 3rd and 18, that could have hurt them. And they had like a 3rd and 8, and they went all the way to 18. Like, you got to clean that part up. King talked about it in his press conference on ESPN.
That was a catchable ball, by the way.
You think so?
I think so. You know what I mean? It was probably maybe 3.5 foot from that out of bounds line. I'm not sure if tight end slowed on his route, but it was literally, you know what I'm saying, this is the ball is probably here on his fingertips. I know you're stretched, I know you're stretched out, but I think that's a catchable ball, man. A little more, a little more effort or something. That's just my opinion. Could be wrong, but that's how I see it.
All right, I respect that. But yeah, man. So those some of the obviously the key statistics, man. Just from the game. We'll break down a little bit of the box score a little bit, break down Colorado too. But let's start with Georgia Tech. I mean, obviously, like we said, they ran the ball really good. The name I wanted to point out, though, is right here, y'all. Malachi Hosley. I think he adds another dynamic to them. Last year, obviously, it was no true running back two, right? People were moving in and out. And we didn't see Traylon Maddox in this game, which was a little bit surprising for me. So, like I said, I know y'all said, hey, maybe we shouldn't abuse King as much. Use a running game. That's a battering ram you got, too. You know what I'm saying? That's a straight battering ram. So, like, that's somebody you can use too, you know what I'm saying, in terms of taking away those carries away from Haynes King. And I agree with you, Garrett. Great comment, brother. I agree. And obviously he's a reporter too for Georgia Tech. He's a stud, bro. I think, like I said, I think a star was born tonight. Me, you, and all the Georgia Tech reporters know this already. But for the national media, I think so. But yes, every single week they cannot do that. I 100% agree with you. They can't. He's not going to last. And he holds the keys to this team making a run, right? Making a run to an AC championship game, potentially getting to the college football playoff. You got to preserve him for this upcoming season. 100% agree, brother. You can't. And that's where Traylon Maddox comes in, right? Running him a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Giving him the ball. You got Jamal Haynes. And I don't feel like they missed the beat tonight. I don't when they ran the ball. I feel like they was able to do anything they wanted to do. Right? Jamal Haynes ran it good. When he came out the game, Malachi Holsey, what, seven carries, 47 yards? That's pretty good, man. You know what I'm saying? That's a pretty good performance to me. He was pretty efficient with his limited touches. You know what I'm saying? And then did y'all see that one drive? He was just like a battering ram. Like he went right through, trucked the defender, and just kept on going. Like that is what you want to see from your ball carriers. And they deep there. So, like you said, man, I think that's a position they feel good on. It's just like you said, Garrett, gotta be able to take it away just a little bit, man. Like you don't want your quarterback to have to do that every single game. But it was an elite performance by him. Besides the early mistakes, he did his thing.
100%. Well, say we got some. So we on the for the fans who's tapping in, man. We got some recruits tapping in on the other side. We had Rodney Colton in, one of the twins, one of the Herd twins. I never could tell by their profile pictures, but one of the Herd twins tapped in and said hashtag Stingham Yellow Jacket at a brother from Macon. How did E.G. Lightsey play? That's a question for you, but one more. Our brothers from Around the Way Sports. JJ here didn't see the game. Who had Stockbridge, but I figured Georgia Tech would win from my convo from earlier this week. But again, back to you, brother. Just what was your thoughts on E.J. Lightsey's performance?
I think he's gotten a lot better. I do. I think him in run support. I think his ability to hit hard. His ability to tackle in open space is crucial, man, because think about it. Last year, they improved defensively in the rush defense, top 40 unit. You want to keep climbing every single year, right? And sometimes, like, the offensive line might be able to open up the holes enough against the defensive line where your linebackers got to come up and lay the hits. I thought they did pretty good in that category. As soon as they made that contact, boom. You know what I'm saying? Those guys was going down and they were sticking them. You know what I'm saying? So, I thought he had a really good performance. I like Kamen Spalding. Did you see that one stop he had on that third down that forced a punt? Like, I see what they were saying. The tech staff was high on him. I see why now. Like
one-man
wrecking crew. And then I love, too, because, like, with their new linebacker coach and Darius Eubanks, I don't know if you noticed this, they rotated them linebackers. Like,
they did.
Kyle Efer wasn't in the whole game, right? E.J. Lightsey wasn't in the whole game. Tajay Butler was getting some burn. Kamen Spalding. We even seen a little bit of Melvin Jordan.
Yes, sir.
And that's why I said about the depth. Like, when you have that as a defensive coordinator and guys that can platoon swap and not miss a beat, that says a lot. And it just keeps your guys fresh because you're not putting all them hits on them just consistently every single game. I think it bodes well. But a great performance tonight, I thought, from E.J. Lightsey.
100%. I agree, man. I agree. But again, let me not say the stars of the linebacker unit is obviously Kyle Efert and then Kamen Spalding. Right out of the east side, Lithonia, Georgia, Miller Grove graduate, man.
What a pickup.
What a pickup, brother. Well said.
100%. All right. Excuse me, Bacon. Let's get into it. Now, look, this is going to get glossed over a little bit. I thought Eric Rivers was really good tonight, too. I want to give him a little bit of credit. Now, I know you're going to say, Bacon, well, he didn't do enough in the passing game, right? He only had 3 catches, 24 yards. Now, why are you bringing him up? He looks like he could be special in that return game. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you've seen that little – I think he got, like, when he got hit, he kind of like, stop, let me slow it down. But if he would have beeline or peeled to the left, I think he would have scored, bro.
Nothing but daylight, man.
Nothing but daylight. I think he would have scored. And to have another weapon in the special teams, that does a lot for you if you coach Key, because then you got somebody that can give you opportune field position, set you up good. Bro, he looks like he could be special. And the crazy part, like I said, they're not going to see the numbers in the passing game, right? It wasn't no great performances from anybody. Bailey Stockton did a really good job, I thought, in the first half.
Bailey.
A lot of catches. Malik Rutherford obviously went out dealing with a little bit of an injury. He stepped in and didn't miss a beat. So I wanted to give him a shout out too. I thought he did a really good job of stepping up. Luke Harpering, I just want to see him feature more. Like, he can do it. He was blocking too. So everybody was like, oh, he's not the biggest guy. He can't. Yo, he was blocking pretty well. He needs to be featured more.
Shout out JT Bryan too. Big block game, yeah.
And one more thing, I'm gonna throw it back to you, Bacon. The perimeter blocking. Did you see that one drive? They were just throwing it like to the sideline. And I mean, like Jamal Haynes is trucking the guy in the blocking, right? You had Eric Rivers, throwing a block.
He's
Isaiah
king.
Canyon, like, come on, bro. Like the perimeter blocking in this game was elite from the offense, in my humble opinion.
Nah, man, 100%, man. That was that segment of the game for the offense. Other than obviously the last drive, the game winning drive, that was probably the funnest offensive series for me. You know what I'm saying? We're just seeing everybody block them get to the outside. Because I'm expecting, you know what I'm saying, up the middle, you know what I'm saying, maybe some, you know what I'm saying, some little inside zone, outside zone, but you know what I'm saying, go outside, you know what I'm saying, stretch. I really wasn't expecting that, man. The blocking on the outside was phenomenal. We saw Kane get it on the action. I mean, everybody damn near got on the action. Like I saw Haynes King got a little. He got a little basketball pick in there for Jamal. That was tough.
Nah,
and then, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, but my bad. I mean, cut you off.
No, you're gonna know. I said no facts.
Nah, yes, you know what I'm saying. And then came down and we threw it for a tug that same drive. Anyway, you know what I mean. Just that was my favorite offensive drive the whole game, offensive series for the whole game for me.
100%, man. So that's our thoughts on offensive performance. Again, as we go to the defense, pretty good offensive performance, elite run blocking. They didn't miss a beat with 3 new starters at all. Got to figure out that left side of the line. That's not going to cut it if they're going to be trying to throw the ball. That's why they can't really throw it down the field. King did a really good job of settling. Got to figure out that left side of that line. You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest takeaway there. I think you will see these numbers get precipitously better, you know what I'm saying, in terms of just the receiving. See the update on, obviously, Malik Rutherford. If he'll be healthy enough to play in week 2, that's obviously a big storyline as well. But they got enough depth. And I think Kenyon, my last on the offense, I think Kenyon could be special, y'all. I do. Again, you didn't see nothing crazy tonight. You know what I'm saying? But when he did get the ball and he got his touches, I thought he did his thing. He had one catch. I think he had like 8 or 9 yards. I know this says 1 catch, 1 yard, but I think he had a catch. He had 8 or 9 yards. One was like, for a little bit. But his ability, I think, down the field is going to help them stretch the defense, and his ability in the red zone as well. It's going to help them out a lot. But that's going to be a player to continue to watch moving forward.
Yes, as well as Eric Rivers, like you've already alluded to. The speed there, I expect him to be the leading receiver for the Yellow Jackets, and then, you know what I'm saying, you can go Kane or Malik. I know Malik, you know what I'm saying, he's gonna have his own say who's gonna be the leading receiver, as he should, you know what I'm saying, being one of the originals from last year's group. And I like Malik. Malik's a dog. I don't know if you've seen the clips I've been posting about Malik. I like Malik, man. I be Malik's cameraman for free. He's got a lot of energy, but you know what I'm saying, hopefully speedy recover. What was the official report about his injury?
They just said he's questionable. I don't know what he had.
Okay.
I didn't really hear it.
Wishing a speedy recovery for MR8, man. 8 ball.
Facts, man. Facts. All right, Bacon, let's talk about excuse me, let's talk about this defense, man. Finn, I agree with you, brother. I think that defense just might be real. Got to work on some things, got to figure some things out. But I think that defense might be real too. I mean, I agree with you. You know what I'm saying? They got some stuff they need. What's your reaction to that comment, Bacon?
Now the defense is I'm bullish on the defense. Rotation. We're seeing rotation in every position. We already talked about the rotation in the linebacker room. You can really rotate in the secondary. We didn't even see Tay Harris. We didn't see Tay Harris this game. At least I missed him. You know what I'm saying? You can rotate DBs. We didn't see any Daquan Davis. I know Dalen Pinson didn't make the travel roster, but that's another potential DB that can get some burn as the season progresses. We talked about Jai Gilmore. We didn't even talk about the young man from Penn State. So you're seeing rotation on the defensive line as well.
John Mitchell, his name.
John Mitchell. That's the one from Penn State?
Yep.
John Mitchell, that's right. So when you can rotate like that and still don't miss a beat when people come in and out, I think that's a sign of a real defense in your ward, fan.
I agree. Hey, Arcs, you're right. That hit was nasty. Gotta go back and rewatch that one, Bacon. 101, that hit he made. Woo. Yeah, he made him feel that. You know what I'm saying? For sure, man. I'm telling y'all, bro. Andre Fuller, man, that's an I don't think it was a 3-star. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, he was rated that, but bro, he's better than a 3-star, man. Like that kid gonna be so special for Tech. They found him something in getting Andre Fuller. Trust me, man.
So I also want to say, Arch, man, big shout out to you, man. When the Colorado fans was coming from us and Dukes the Scoops, it is chat. You were there back in the side, brother. Salute to you, brother. I wanted to get that out my chest and shout you out, bro.
You don't get banned by these Tech fans, man. You went with Colorado to win.
hey, man, I gave my reason, man. I've been rocking with Colorado, rocking with Deion since Jackson State, man. I would have felt otherwise if I'd have jumped ship. I had the whole stadium go down with the ship. But nonetheless, as you can see, I'm very educated. I know about my Jackets, and I support the Jackets. But
not just Jackets. I'm dead.
I had to go to the left. To the left, to the left.
Hey, he gave you this, bro.
My man.
I can't. All right, man. So Bacon, let me ask you, who do you give your good defensive game ball to?
Can I do two?
Yeah, you do two.
I'm gonna go Jai Gilmore. One's probably one of the first guys. And two, man, it's tough, brother. I really want to go JD 2A and Mario Harvey 2B. Just because we saw him all over the field making PBUs, man. Keeping the energy high.
I respect it. I'm gonna give my game ball to I give two people. I go Omar. And then I'm gonna go Fuller, actually, surprisingly. I know, like, why are you going with a fret? But like, to be a true freshman, your first game, and you still had 3 tackles in a TFL, nearly a sack. Yeah, bro. Like, I keep telling y'all, that boy special. Like, that boy.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. So I give it to him, and then Omar, man, just like I said, the open field tackling was special. You know what I'm saying? And to have that this year, and it just looked like Georgia Tech was faster. Like, the speed that we were seeing, I was like, for a second, I was like, am I watching a Texas defense? Am I watching a,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was low-key getting there. I know it might be like, oh, well, nah, you overdoing it, but like, it had some remnants of what Gideon was doing with them DBs out there. That's all I'm saying. Like, they wasn't thinking, they was going, bro. So it gave me a little bit of that.
Nah, I mean, the DBs played phenomenal blitzing from everywhere. A lot of PBUs. It was almost no flies on out there for a couple series. You know, so if you squint your eyes a couple times, I mean, I was very pleased with the backhand, brother. Really everywhere. I would like to see some more sacks that we already talked about for the defensive line.
Yeah, I agree.
But that back end.
I like that.
He would expect it now, ladies and gentlemen. I keep him on his toes.
Yeah, I like that. I like how you did a little switch out there. All right, I like that. So look, I don't want this to be just Georgia Tech. Obviously, we got a lot of Georgia Tech fans who much respect, but we want to give a full synopsis of the game. So Bacon, let's give one final takeaway just on Georgia Tech, or one final thought just on their performance tonight before we go to Colorado and break down everything with them as we close out the show.
So one final remarks about Georgia Tech.
Yes, sir.
I mean, we really didn't clean the slate, brother. Just a team. Georgia Tech is a team that embodies its head coach's identity. Everything they preached about in the press conference, we've seen it tonight. But again, man, I got to hang my hat on Coach Faulkner, man. That was a hell of a game call, man. And it was a game call that probably didn't think it was going to go that way. But from the quick hitters and run the game, it just opened up everything in that intermediate zone, and it really won in the game, man. So hats off to maybe one of the best offensive coordinators in the game right now.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I think that's probably a big takeaway for me. Not my top one, but definitely, yeah. Like Coach Faulkner, like they ran so many. They had a tight end in the backfield at one point in the game that was blocking for King on the counter. Like, I legit, I don't know how you're going to stop this Tech offense. Like, I legit don't know. Right? Got to figure out the left side of the line we talked about. But with all them formations, all the weapons that is, like, how do you stop that? They can run any formation and be effective. Even the Tech defense said that. It was like, we would think we have an idea of what they're doing, and then they throw this at us. Like, that is a problem. That is going to be a problem this year. As long as they secure the ball, that is a problem. So I mirror your sentiment, brother. My biggest takeaway: this Georgia Tech team has 4-2. They do, bro. Like to be able to win this game, and you did not play your best ball. This team, woof, Lord. I mean, if they
Top
can come
shelf.
back from that kind of adversity in that environment, all them celebs out there, the altitude, thin air, the cramping, you lost. Think about Bacon. You lost your best offensive line, All American and Keelan Rutledge on the final drive of the darn game, and you still rush for 45-yard touchdown. Come on, bro. I'm telling you, man, that 42 is something special, man. And if they gonna have that all year, I don't think any situation they in, whether they're struggling or the game's not going to, I think they're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
So, that's one of my biggest takeaways from the night.
I see 100%. And the back to Coach Faulkner, you know what I mean? Like I compare this performance from him to having the capabilities of being a Kyrie, right? Being able to freak you off the dribble left and right, English off the glass. But tonight, he got that Kobe Mamba mentality. All right. My Achilles, I got an old lineman with a Charlie horse. Guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go fade all night. I'm gonna run it. I'm gonna fade ball him all night to death, and that's what we saw. We saw Georgia Tech stick to that same script and run it to death, and it worked.
Facts. All right, we're gonna move on to Colorado after this comment. All jokes aside, Haynes King needs to be better at making reads on throwing passes because that would ruin his draft stock. I don't know. He was struggling on passing plays. What do y'all think? What's your thoughts on that, Bacon? I'll let you answer that one first. We'll move on to Colorado.
I mean, we really didn't get to see. I get his point. He definitely had some throws that he missed for sure. I'm sure he's talking about one to the sideline and a couple other ones. But I think the game plan wasn't focused on him to be a thrower of the ball tonight, which is sentiment to his 20 passing attempts in his 20 rushes on the ground. So I get what you're saying, brother. I really do. But let's evaluate him where the game plan is for him to throw the ball more than 20 times, like 25, 30. I think we'll have a better picture. But I get, and I'm not sure what his average pass per attempt was, but it couldn't have been over 15 yards. What you think, Nash?
Let's see if you're right. 143. Yeah, they don't have it on there. I'm gonna be real. I think I wouldn't be concerned there. I think a little too early. I'm with Bacon. Like, I think they shifted their game plan. I think they wanted to throw the ball today, but when they seen it was getting pressure consistently again on that left side of that line, I think they said, "Look, the run is working. Let's just run the ball. Lean on King. Throw it when necessary." I think that's what the coaching staff was thinking. I mean, humbly, brother. It was 13 for 20. He completed 65% of his passes. So I think he's going to be better. You know what I'm saying? And I think he never felt comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And the protection was okay. Like, it could be better. But I think as the season progresses, he will throw the ball more. I think he'll be fine. He missed a few throws, man, but to only have 7 incompletions, I think he'll be all right, to be honest with you. So with time, I think he'll be good. He'll figure it out. And remember, man, he got a new receiving core too. So God give him some time to iron it out. Besides Rutherford and Stockton, you know what I'm saying? Rivers is new. Patterson, who played limited today, he was new. You know what I'm saying? Isaiah Canyon, I know he played a little bit last year, but he has a bigger role. He's kind of newer. So I have to give it a little bit of time.
Where's Chris Elko, man?
I mean, he's on the team, but it's like
he flashed in the spring game, man. I was very pleased with what I saw.
John Taylor flashed too. He played a little bit tonight. But it's hard. They deep at receiver, bro.
They are deep. I can't argue with that. I just had to ask.
But all right, man. Let's hit Colorado, man. Let's talk about some of the game, man. Because like I said, we want to be unbiased and obviously talk about everything here. But what's some of your biggest takeaways from this Colorado game? Man, I thought, like I said, second half, the offense figured it out. Bacon, they were starting to put together those long drives. You know, for the most part, they was doing their thing. But the defense, do you want to start offense or defense?
We might well keep going offense.
But I thought he figured it out, and I thought Caden Salter got better as the game wore on.
Yeah, I think got to start with Caden Salters. If you had any questions for him, coming from what's the conference? I can't remember the conference. I know Naj will know more than me. Still learning the college football landscape.
Big 12.
Say it again.
Oh no, you're talking about the conference he came
Liberty.
from. Yeah, I think you're talking about what's it call it?
It's not Conference USA, is it?
I think it is.
Okay. See, I'm learning it. I'm learning it. Conference USA, Liberty. If you had any question marks about Caden Salters, where is he for real? He's putting up these video game type of numbers, which you should have learned by his bowl game. Probably had a pretty good game against Oregon, but he's for real. You know what I mean? His ability to elude pressure and throw the ball on the run is solid. 13 carries, 4 yards in the tuggy is nice. I would have liked Colorado to lean more on that running game, man. Offensive line looks formidable. You know what I mean? You got offensive linemen outside of Seton. You know what I mean? So you got some building blocks you can build on. But I think putting it all on your quarterback, I think is what end up biting them in the end, and then not capitalize on the early mistakes by Georgia Tech. But I mean, some big plays in the offensive game, but I just think maybe it's just miscommunication, which is why Caden had some balls go awry on them. But I mean, for the first game for Colorado, having a lot of question marks from big media, not really knowing what they had, I think they rose to the occasion, and I think they got something to build on going forward, especially no turnovers, no fumbles, nothing like that.
I think they're gonna have a lot to build on. Biggest thing they gotta. Well, I'll talk about defense here in a second. Offensively speaking, like you said, you got to get your receivers more involved too. We talked about the running game making it easier, but yeah, you just you can't have these kind of numbers making like one catch 39, 3 catches 38. That's your best receiver tonight was really your running back, Kalen Taylor. You know what I'm saying? Now Martin Miller had that one big catch, but that was it. Like these guys can play too. Like Draylon Miller's good. Hakeem Williams, like, got to get them more involved. I did like that Salter did try to throw vertically. A couple plays he did miss some, but I did like that he took the chance and the opportunities to do that. You know what I'm saying? And at least try to get those guys involved. So, much credit to him, for attempting to do that and trying to do that, I thought, in this game. But got to get those guys more involved. Amari Miller's too explosive to have one catch, bro. Like, that just ain't it. You know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, I think when this offense, and they're still figuring out their identity because, remember, a lot of it was Shador, shotgun passing. You know what I'm saying? They did a lot of shotgun tonight, but, working in different formations, I think, could help them out too. But you got to, I think, run the ball a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? It was more balanced, 31 runs compared to 29. That's pretty balanced. But let's lean on Michael Welsh some. That kid can play. He had a great performance tonight, I thought. Let's lean on him a little bit more. When Dalen Hayden comes back, let's lean on him too. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they got the pieces to do it, and you got the stable of backs to be able to run the ball. And the offensive line did pretty good in run blocking, I thought. You know what I'm saying? They did a pretty good job. So lean on them a little bit more. Let Caden Salter get a little more comfortable. Take your shots when it's there. Get your receivers more involved. It's a lot to like.
And I said this, man. Last thing, where is Sincere Brown, man? I was scanning. I said, man, where's the USF transfer, that 6'5", running 4.3 that everybody's been talking about?
They tried to throw to him a couple times, but they couldn't connect.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you got to get him more involved. I think he had like over 1,200 yards last year, about seven touchdowns, if I'm not mistaken. You got the receiving core is the strength of this offense. Outside of your quarterback, like you said, Naj, we got to see more production from them. And you got to capitalize off mistakes.
100% agree, man. Yeah, that's your thoughts on the offense. I mean, pretty good job protecting them as well. I mean, I don't think I've seen a lot of sacks in the box score for Georgia Tech. So offensive line, I mean, the biggest question was, can they protect outside of Jordan Seaton? And I think they answered that tonight. Did a really good job, in my humble opinion. So give that offensive line some credit tonight. They did a really good job. All right, man. Bacon, let's talk about defense, man. What was your thoughts? I want to give a game ball to Martavius French. He was special tonight, I thought. Two fumble recoveries. You don't see it in the box score, but he recovered 2 fumbles, 6 tackles today, and 1.5 tackles for loss. He had a really nice play against Jamal Haynes. I mean, he tried to stiff arm him, and he still was able to bring him to the ground. So that UTSA transfer, he's good. And he reminds me a little bit, Bacon, of Simone Craig they had last year. Simone Craig, I think. A really good player for them. He reminds me of him a little bit.
Yeah, I agree with you, brother. I say, man, some man at the top. You know what I'm saying? Reginald Hughes, man, was everywhere. You know what I mean? Led the team in tackles. You know what I mean? Everywhere you look, you know, you seen French and you seen 37. Like, man, who was 37? Because the number don't match, you know what I'm saying, the position. But Reginald Hughes for me and number 20 for Colorado as well, made some plays on the back end. But between those three, obviously you can say DJ McKinney got a couple tackles on the ball and a long takeaway. Oh, not the long takeaway, but so the long takeaway through the air for Colorado. Those are my four.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I think you just mentioned it, but DJ McKinney, like they got something there with him, man. He can play. Love that play. He had the interception. He was all around the field. Really good plaster coverage. I thought tonight they got something special there. In terms of him and what he's able to do and bring to the table. So I want to give DJ McKinney a shout out. I thought he had a really really good performance tonight. Other standouts for me. Let me see. What are in my notes? 1 second. Uh, I definitely want to shout out Stoutmeyer, another cornerback that had a really good performance. I thought tonight, 6 tackles in this one in a pass breakup, PBU. I thought he did really good as well. Otis, who they ended up getting, I think, from a really good program. He had a
Alabama, right?
Yep, Alabama. I think that was it. PBU as well in this game. Really good interior pressure as well. And London Merritt. How about him, Bacon? True freshman was able to record a tackle today. I thought that was really good. He's going to be a player for them, highly recruited, 4-star prospect, I believe he was. So, him being to come in as a freshman and be able to contribute a little bit tonight was nice.
100%. And Tawfiq Byard, he's going to be a name to watch. He didn't make that much magic tonight. Kevin Byard's little brother, I believe. Another transfer for them from USF. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be big for them as the season progresses. And Amari McNeil, it's going to be big too for them. I don't think he had a lot of action tonight. But those are just names that you're going to want to keep in mind. You know what I'm saying? If you feel that the Buffs are going to do something this season. You know what I'm saying? If you're intrigued, if you were entertained tonight and you want to keep watching them, those are going to be some names that you're going to want to keep in mind.
Gotcha. Now, Bacon, as we close this up, almost an hour we've been doing the show. Don't feel like it, but it's went quick.
Right.
Let's give an overall outlook, Bacon, on both teams as they move forward. Again, it's early, week 1. You don't want to overreact too much, but let's give an overall outlook for both teams. Let's start with Colorado, Bacon. I'll start with you.
Good first game. You hate to lose. You hate to lose at anything, but you hate to lose week 1. And both teams had a lot of. I say had a lot of hype. I think Tech probably had more hype just because people know more about the players. But both teams are college football playoff contenders in my opinion. So with Colorado, you know what I'm saying, after this week, you just gotta stay at it. You know what I mean? I know Prime's gonna keep them level headed. Made some plays. You got talent. You know what I'm saying? You got both teams got just as much as depth on both sides as you know what I'm saying, as they do. So just keep the ball rolling. Stay focused. You know what I'm saying? Don't let this loss, you know what I'm saying, deteriorate the rest of your season.
I agree. I mean, a lot of good to peel away. I mean, when you get turnovers and your defense puts them in your lap like that, you got to take advantage. My biggest takeaway, you got to take advantage. You got to get more points than just 7. Offense got better as the game went on. That's what you want to see. Still figure things out. So was Georgia Tech, but your offense got precipitously better as the game wore on. So shout out to them. I thought that was another good telltale sign. To run the ball a little bit more. I think that'll help them with their play action and getting those shots down the field. But you can't tell me the Colorado team can't play. You know what I'm saying? It's just not an end-all, be-all for them. It is a loss, but there's a lot you can peel away from this. And this team is going to be, I think, formidable. I can see Colorado getting 7-8 wins this year. In the Big 12, that has so much parity. We've seen Kansas State lost, last week in week 0 to Iowa State and Rocco Beck and company. You should be able to compete in the Big 12, in my humble opinion. I think they're going to be better than people think. So that's my outlook on them. I'll start with Georgia Tech. I think it could be special. I do. They got to figure out some things and get better. But to have that ability to win on the road in a hostile environment, national spotlight, and you didn't fold on 3 turnovers, says a lot. It's a lot. That's kind of been the whole point we've been continuing to hit on tonight and being able to pull it out. But something special going on in the A, Bacon. Something special going on in the A in Atlanta. Y'all call me crazy. Y'all can screenshot. Y'all can video this. Long as King is healthy, this team got a shot in any game. And don't be shocked. They didn't put some belt to them. Last year wasn't belt. Right? They had to. Georgia survived in 8 overtime. Survived. This year though, it survived. I think Tech can end that streak. I really do. Got to figure out some things, create some more pressure. You know what I'm saying? Play a little bit better in the defense the second half. Then they have everything they need. So my outlook for Georgia Tech, they can be a contender this year in the ACC. We got to see Miami. We're going to see them. I can't wait. That's my favorite team. That's where I was born. Can't wait to see what we like against Notre Dame. Can't wait. I cannot wait. You know what I'm saying? We'll find out on Sunday. But this team could be a contender in the ACC. We don't know. Everybody's high on Louisville. We'll see how they look with Miller Moss. Faded out again at USC. We'll find out. But this Tech team can be really good this year. And I told y'all, my stand, I think they can win 10 games this year. I do. We'll find out how all that looks. They're going to need their freshmen. Guys like Andre Fuller. We'll see the role Tate Harris can have. You know what I'm saying? The linebackers look really good. You know what I'm saying? Watch out for Jordan Allen. It's another name I'm going to put Georgia Tech fans on. Jordan Allen. I see him get a little bit of burn tonight. Watch out for him. He's a speedster. He'd be a guy to use in kick return coverage, special teams, and even in that slot. Watch out for that name. I see what I'm talking about soon. You know what I'm saying? So that's the name. But I think overall, my outlook, Georgia Tech can be a good team this year. Bacon?
Yeah, I agree, man. I think they do have a good chance to beat Georgia. Barring just because, not just because, but the main reason because they got Gunnar Stockton. We not. If Georgia had an elite quarterback, I probably lean towards UGA. But because Gunnar Stockton is that question mark for UGA, and we know what type of offense or what type of complete team Georgia Tech is, I think that's a fair assessment. But yeah, man, some specials cooking in Atlanta, and I'm bullish. I'm bullish on that dub over Clemson at home, man. I like it. I like that. You know what I'm saying? You bring them home. You know what I'm saying? Bring them around that. Every time I go to the stand, every time I go to the dive, man, it smells like curry chicken there. But that's besides the point. You bring them at home around that curry chicken smell. I like the Yellow Jackets at home versus Clemson.
I agree with you, brother. It'd be a good one, man. We're going to find a lot about Georgia. Georgia got some tough opponents, bro. They got to play Tennessee week 3. We'll be watching that game. Tennessee people sleeping on. We're going to see them at noon tomorrow. We'll find out about that game, obviously. So we'll see about that one. That'll be a good test. They got to play Bama, and they got to play obviously Texas
and Florida.
We'll find a lot about how good Gunnar Stockton really is. We will definitely find out. But brother, we appreciate you always supporting and tuning in, man. Yeah, like you said, Atlanta needs a good team this year. Yeah, it has been a struggle. I think the Falcons, if you are a Falcon fan, I do think the Falcons will be pretty good this year. Obviously, Bacon is a big Falcon fan. They should be able to compete in the NFC South. Michael Penix Jr., I think, is going to take that next step forward. And obviously, you guys got all the weapons in Drake London. You know, Kyle Pitts should be a lot better this year. You'll be able to run the ball. You got I think you got a top 3 running back in the NFL right
top
now.
3. Top 2, brother. Who's better than my boy Bijan outside of Saquon Barkley? Do not say Jahmyr Gibbs.
Christian McCaffrey wasn't healthy last year.
Off of the resume, I give you that. But he's a little more beat up.
He is a little more beat up, but come on, man. Special.
I like Bijan to have more all-purpose yards this year than McCaffrey.
All right, let's find out if you're right.
Telling you, book it. Put in all your parlays, early season bets. I don't want none of your residuals. I just want the credit.
I'm dead. We're gonna find out for sure. Nah, man, appreciate you, man. Like I said, yeah, man, we'll try to cover them as much as we can. Our Monday show, bro, like you know how that goes, man. Our Monday show is just, you know, it then got taken over by high school. You know what I'm saying? So we're trying to figure that out. But I think we might do a Tuesday show. But we're going to figure it out. But every Saturday, for sure, we're going to do a post-game reaction show. And I think we'll probably talk about Georgia Tech then. So I don't know what y'all guys got going on with Saturday nights. But if you guys can come back at the same time, we got y'all covered. I think that might be how we do it. Because, you know, getting on Mondays might be a little bit tough. But, yeah, man, we got you always, brothers. We close out. I don't think Haynes King plays a full season run the ball like that. Yeah, I mean, that's something we've been talking about all night. Yeah, we don't think so either. And that's where the depth comes in, which Georgia Tech has. Traylon Maddox, Jamal Haynes, Malachi Hosley, J.P. Powell, Dalen Gordon, when Chad Alexander returns, they got everything they need. They don't have to run him like that. But this game, I think they felt more comfortable, doing that, and it was working. They had a rhythm. But I agree with you, brother. They're gonna probably have to tone it down just a little bit if they want to keep King the full year. 100%, brother. Mr. Baha, appreciate you, man. Tuning in. Go Jackets. Yes, sir, my brother. Appreciate you supporting the channel, man. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Bijan top 5 for sure, big. Oh, you said top 5. See, I got respect. I said top 3.
Not top 5, brother. You must not be an Atlanta fan for real. Top 2. Top 2. And he might take that top spot at the end of this year going into next year. It's gonna be a special year, man. MP9, Bijan. Now, I know you're a little worried. We just lost our left tackle, our right tackle. But pump the brakes. You know what I'm saying? Raheem talks very highly about the death. I'm saying, so keep watching, brother. We will revisit this topic later on, my friend. Appreciate you tuning in, brother.
That's definitely CU's weakness, a running QB. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. For sure, man. Says all love. There's some studs out there, Bacon. Hey, let them know all the time. I'm telling you, man. There's some studs out there, man. Put some respect, man. And Jahmyr Gibbs is that dude. You got to put some respect on him, too.
Bijan he's more of a complete back than Jahmyr. Jahmyr is more of a north-south. He gets east to west, but Bijan is a lot more explosive. You know what I'm saying? I went to the training camp, watched a lot of film. See what I'm saying? Hey, you see that?
I'll give you the explosive there. I'll give you the explosive.
Top 2.
I get explosive. But I don't know. Gibbs can do a little bit more in terms of this versatility. Run that rock, and he can catch it, too, and run routes.
I made my point very clear. But nah, I'm not hitting on Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs is like that, but I just think Bijan, 100%. Bijan got the size too. Come on, brother. Where you at? You left or you right? But I love you. I'm just messing with you, man. Nah, 100%. A lot of guys out there, but top 2.
Top 2. There you have it, y'all, man. We appreciate y'all tuning to this live. Over 172 people, man. Much shout out to y'all, man. Like I said, that was a kind of a rendezvous, kind of a post-game reaction. Posted it right before the game. So we appreciate all the Tech fans, man. Look, we love y'all, man. We appreciate the support. Anything we can do, you know what I'm saying, to continue to, cover your team. Like I said, I'm a credential reporter, so I'll be there every single game, you know what I'm saying, throughout the season, especially the home games. Road games, probably not so much, but the home games for sure. Bacon will be on here with me. So if y'all want to see more of this, just let us know, man. Like I said, all of our social media is linked below. Y'all let us know, man, whatever content y'all want to see. Questions y'all want answered. And remember, go to the TikTok shop. That caught y'all some GT merch, man, because GT going up this year, man. GT going up, man. Atlanta going to be a top-tier team this year, man. So y'all go ahead and go cop the merch, man. But that's going to do it for today's show. And the bio, man. Bacon, any closing thoughts before we get up out of here?
Go Jackets, man.
There you have it. Go Jackets, even though he picked Colorado, which is crazy. But we're going to see y'all tomorrow, man, probably around the same time, 11:30, 11:45. We're going to do a post-game show with SB Prod, man, recapping all of the college football news. You know what I'm saying? All the big storylines, headlines. We'll be talking Clemson, LSU, Bama, Florida State. Yes, sir. Tennessee, Syracuse. And the big one, the big stuffer, Texas, Ohio State. So tap in tomorrow night for a live recap. It'll be 3 of us. We'll recap it then.
I also want to say, man, we got a legend leaving us tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Lee Corso. I will be tuned in at 9. Lee Corso has been a big part of not just of my life, my childhood. You know what I'm saying? Playing the NCAA game. So that's going to be a big one. I'm going to miss it, but I'm going to be tuned in, man. I decided to tap into college football at the right time. So we will miss the legend, and I'll be tapped in at 9 a.m.
And Bacon, as we close, why is it so important to tap into college football? Tell the people that ain't tapped in with college football what they missing.
Man, if you ain't tapped in with college football, you're missing a piece of life, man. You're missing a part of your you know what I'm saying, your community, your state, your city, because you know what I mean. It's a real family, it's a real brotherhood. It's a lot of storylines, man. It links you to it'll link you to that guy that said at your church, said at your grocery store that he sit down, you know what I'm saying, you don't really know too much. You man, hey man, how about them dogs? How about the Yankees? How about, you know what I'm saying, the Buffs? You know what I'm saying? Y'all be talking for an hour, man. So get tapped into the return, man. It's gonna bring a lot more joy and spirit to your life, man. So, you know what I'm saying? CFB all the way.
CFB all the way, man. All right, y'all. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day and get some college football in you tomorrow, man. A whole slate of games all Saturday long, man. Me and Bacon will be on the sidelines on Saturday at Creekside DeSoto. So we were missing the 3:30, 4 o'clock games, but the rest of them we're going to be watching. But we'll see y'all soon. Let's tune in tomorrow at about 11:30, 11:45 for College Football Recap Show. We'll see y'all then, man. Peace.
$1.